Hey there, everyone. Preferably women between the ages of 18 and 25. It's me, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the angel or demon of the pandemic, depending on what news network you leave on TV all day. I'm here with a message during these serious times. The Omicron variant is already here in the United States, so you know we're probably going to be right back where we started. But you know what will help you feel better during these terrifying times? A Dr. Fauci plush doll, talking plush doll, that updates its phrases based on what we currently know about COVID, starting at $399.99, and it doesn't just end there. We got Dr. Fauci t-shirts, Dr. Fauci water bottles, and how could I forget, the Dr. Fauci masks, but they're not N95. It would have cost too much to make, and I'm trying to run a business here. Not only do we have all that stuff, but we also have Fauci ouchie toy vaccines for your little ones, or for your neurodivergent boyfriend, whoever you want. It sells at a steal for 3 payments of $599.99. We're just making the prices up at this point, but you love me, right? These great deals aren't going to last, so make sure you get these while they're still in stock, and make sure to subscribe to my Tier 3 Patreon to get exclusive Bored Fauci Ape NFTs. Definitely not a rug pull at all. Also, follow my Twitter at Big Dick Tony to see me hanging out with some bad bitches. Buy my shit. I gotta go. Fauci out shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Short News Podcast with your host, Alex Mador.
You're asking for has got a powerful price.
Hello. Welcome back to the show, the Short News Podcast.
Shut your fucking mouth! No, God, please,
a lot of us
no,
are really
no,
smart. I'm really smart.
No!
Do it!
No!
Just do it!
What?
Don't let
Oh, not
dreams
again.
be dreams.
Who let Shia in
Yesterday,
here
you
again?
said tomorrow. So just
I told you
do it.
guys.
Make
I told you
your
guys.
dreams
This is
come
all he
true.
does. This is
Just
all he does.
do it.
Shia, no.
Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work
You
hard
know
at
what?
it.
I'm just
Nothing
gonna
is
let him.
impossible.
I'm just gonna let him go. You done?
You should get to the point where anyone else.
I'm trying to get to the
quits,
point.
and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Just
That's exact. What?
do it.
Oh,
Yes, you can. Just do it.
are you done? I think he's done.
You're tired of
What?
starting over.
Oh, fuck.
Stop giving up.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, what was I saying? Welcome back to the Short News Podcast, the show that runs on pre-workout and cannabis sativa. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Alex Mador, and I'm just some dude that does a podcast, complains about politics, runs a support group, makes music, studies sociology, and cuddles cats. I'm going to try to make this an extra fun episode. I feel like sometimes the magic and humor is there, and other times there aren't many jokes, so I need to get to work on that, you know? So we're towards the end of the week. You're probably running out of Thanksgiving leftovers at this point. If you're still eating those, be careful before the meat goes bad. You don't want to get food poisoning. That's a shitty time. So we're in December now. Officially, it's December 2nd when I'm recording this, so it's finally appropriate for holiday music to be played wherever it is usually played, like Macy's. Feel so bad for the people that work there. I used to be one of them. During the holidays, it was a miserable time. So anyways, before December with this fucking Christmas music, it's just depressing to hear that shit. But we're in for a stressful holiday. We've got these supply chain crises with ships stuck in harbors with not enough people to unload them because fucking COVID. Hopefully that shit gets somewhat resolved so that Fox News can stop complaining about how rich white kids aren't going to get their shower with me Elmo on time this year. That's a reference right there. That's a reference to the Elmo puppeteer showering with little boys. Remember that shit? Childhood ruined? Did I bring up a soft spot, a sore spot? I don't know what the fucking saying is, but so it's the holiday season. But yeah, so holiday season, trees are going up, people are trying to make the best of their situations. Hopefully, everyone listening to this show is getting their booster shots, if they can. If it's been 6 months since the second dose, not to be preachy, but it was super easy, and I only felt like shit for like a day, and slept through most of it. And now I hopefully don't have to worry about this Omicron variant, at least not as much. By the way, the first case of the Omicron variant has been discovered in California. So, here it is, people. It's here. We still don't know if it's going to be able to, beat the vaccine fully. We don't know how bad the symptoms are. I'm hoping it only gives mild symptoms like that doctor in South Africa claimed it does. I've listened to like 5 different podcasts where people have joked about Omicron being a transformer. So it's been completely played out 1,000 times already. I'm sorry for making that joke earlier in the week. It won't happen again. And I don't know how many more times I can say people need to get the vaccine. And now, how do we convince the people who needed to be convinced to get doses 1 and 2 to now go and get dose 3 when they're probably going to be resistant and under the mindset of, oh, so I just have to keep getting more and more COVID shots all the time? Like, no way, man. What are they trying to do to me? Like, from what I'm understanding, and of course, that shit can change, but I've heard it's 3 and done with the COVID vaccine doses, with the mRNA ones. The booster shouldn't actually be referred to as a booster. It's inaccurate to say that, according to the scientists. It's a 3rd dose. That should be enough to fight the virus without losing efficacy. I'm not a scientist, but I didn't drop out of college because I thought it was pointless, like Joe Rogan did. Yeah, I looked up his education. I was curious. I did the research because you know what I learned how to do? Like, you know where I learned to do good research? College, bitch. The vaccine mandates that are in place are a good start, but we're not good enough yet. We need to get more people vaccinated. Doses 1 through 3. If you still don't think vaccines work, look at New York City. 90% of the population there is vaccinated. And the other day, they reported the first day of 0 COVID deaths? 0 COVID deaths. So it works, dude. Compare that to any city in Florida. Their numbers are significantly worse. And I don't like de Blasio. We all know that here. But he made the right decisions when it comes to such strict mandates for New York City. Unfortunately, when it comes to the health and safety of the general public, we need to have restrictions and mandates for things that would make a positive difference to protect us all. That shouldn't be such a controversial thing. There's nothing wrong with following what the crowd is doing if the crowd is doing something that benefits society. Because then maybe that's the reason that everyone's flocking to do it, like a sheep, as those right-wingers would say. Sorry, I can't talk. Because it's the right fucking thing to do in this case. Not every case. If people are just mass jumping off a bridge, then yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. This is not that. So, I just want to be able to not worry about COVID shit anymore. I don't. But we got other shit to worry about here. There was a school shooting in Michigan. The 15-year-old piece of shit who did it was able to kill 4 people and injure, 7 more? Are they saying? They're trying to figure out what the motive was, and a lot of people that knew him are saying it was because of bullying. And I believe it after looking at a picture of the little fucker. He literally looks like a school shooter. There's no better way to put it. You can just tell, this kid's gonna murder his classmates someday. And he did. I'm not gonna say his name because I guess the best thing to do after these things is to not give the shooter the attention and infamy that they're probably looking for. What's also really fucked up about this is the shooter's dad had purchased the semi-automatic handgun that the kid used only 4 days prior to this kid taking it to school and shooting classmates. So the kid and both his parents have been arrested. They're being held accountable, which is good. The kid is being charged as an adult with terrorism and murder. So, I'm glad he and his parents got in trouble because 4 innocent kids got their fucking organs blown through with a semi-auto handgun. There should be some accountability here. When I saw this kid's picture, I so badly wanted to bully him. I don't know, man. They should reserve the electric chair for murderous incel white kids, Like school shooters, I mean. School shooting, that should be the only case where there's capital punishment. What do I have written here? Oh, wow, no, I'm not going to read that. Something about 13 reasons why and shoving a broomstick up a nerd's ass. Dude, these little white kids with guns who shouldn't have access to said guns are just able to do terrible shit. And Republicans, they'll acknowledge what happened, but won't admit that something needs to change. They're too dependent on the bribes from the NRA. Their conservative identities require them to have a sick fetish for guns, which, by the way, are designed for one thing: killing. Here's the common sense thing to do. Make it more difficult for psychopaths to get their hands on guns. Admit that there's a problem. And make it a law to put school shooters to death. There needs to be a law that says if someone shoots up a school, they get the worst possible punishment. I'm not even pro capital punishment in most cases. This is pretty much it. And sexual assault. But I shooting up a school is pretty fucking open and shut, I think, when it comes to that. And I didn't write this here. Damn, I should. But what are Democrats doing right now about this? They have control of every fucking aspect of the government, except the Supreme Court, I guess, which we'll go into in a second. But they have the power to make some fucking change and stop these types of things from happening and enact better gun control laws, deeper background checks, restrictions that would prevent kids from getting their grubby little hands on these guns. It's insane. And then also, because I mentioned the Supreme Court, Roe versus Wade is potentially being overturned. And I wish I was lying, but the Supreme Court is currently working on that. I spent a couple hours away from the internet yesterday and thought, and all of a sudden, dude, this shit was happening when I came back. Holy shit. I thought we moved past this. Women have the right to control what goes on inside their own bodies. We've set that precedent. We're going to take backsies? Why is it such a hot button issue for conservatives because religion? Why is your religion dictating how everyone else lives, regardless of if those people subscribe to the same imaginary shit? Your religion shouldn't obstruct other people's ways of life. Isn't that against what religion is supposed to be about, or am I missing something? And I was tweeting about this shit last night, and someone was like, I hate to shit on your... why am I using that voice? But I hate to shit on your thesis, but it's not about religion. It's about controlling women. Which is, I get where they're coming from, but my response was, religion is about controlling women. Because that's true. Look at any religion. They just want to fucking control women. That's what they do. Every single one. They control women, and they tell people not to be gay. That's religion. Simple as that. How do you sum up the Bible? I got you. Control women, tell people not to be gay. And, other ridiculous shit, like blind loyalty to something you don't even have proof of existing. My favorite fucking... I'm swearing so much. My favorite Bible section, and I think I've talked about this, a couple years ago. Let me just reply to this message. So, my favorite Bible section is the book of Job. This fucking not piece of shit, this little cuck, I guess. Job, his name is. He's got a family, a farm with animals, he's got his properties, living a normal life, and then God is just, I don't know, having a beer with his boys, and he's like, yo guys, check out this Job little fuck, dude. Check out this little piece of shit Job. I can get him to stay loyal to me, no matter how shitty I make his life. Starts trolling him, ruins Job's farm, kills all his animals, kills his family, curses him with boils all over his face, makes him lose all his hair. The whole time Job is just like, I still love you, God. God is upstairs laughing his fucking ass off. He's in the back room with the impractical jokers. Sal is up there giggling his ass off. Murr's wearing a wig and has to jump out of a sailboat at the end of the episode. I don't fucking know, man. You get what I'm saying. That shit is just torture for gullible people. I don't understand how so many people in our country are incapable of thinking critically enough to see through this religious bullshit. The Supreme Court shouldn't be religious, but thanks to people like Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett, women's bodies will be controlled by men once again. And by God, I guess. And they're saying the next thing they're going to do is overturn same-sex marriage, which makes me fucking pissed, dude. People's rights need to be protected. And of course, Republicans are all about attacking and oppressing people that they have nothing to do with. Republicans are obsessed with who people are fucking and have a fixation with other people's private parts. It's disturbing. Republicans, why are you so obsessed with what's going on under people's pants? That seems kind of sus to me. Speaking of Kavanaughs, we got a beef. We got a beef started here. Non-political beef. I mean, this dude is friends with Trump, but here we go. This is my 6 degrees of separation from Donald Trump. Or 2 degrees of separation. So this dickhead CEO, Ryan Kavanaugh, blocked me. This dude, Ryan Kavanaugh, is the CEO of the app Triller, which is, the shitty TikTok knockoff that doesn't work properly, referencing, yo, Triller, this shit is flipped. That whole, look it up. Triller, this is flipped. Some influencer was paid to make a video on the app. Oh no. That's my bank calling. I just declined. Fuck them, right? Fuck them, right? They call me every day because I'm behind on a credit card payment. But you know what? That's okay. I'll get to it. So, So where were we? Triller sucks. Triller is a shitty app. It's not doing well. They hosted Jake Paul's fight earlier in the year. A lot of people pirated it, and they lost a shit ton of money because the entire thing was a disaster. And they filed a lawsuit threatening anyone who pirated the fight and made people pay for the fight to get out of the lawsuit. And, they were really strapped for cash after wasting money on this fight. So Ryan Kavanaugh over here sued Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast for showing a 30-second clip from the fight a week after the fight already happened, as though the media never shows sports highlights or something. It's really petty and just goes to show how unsuccessful Triller is as a company. They stoop to this level. That Kavanaugh stoops to this level. So this lawsuit happened. Ethan's been clowning Kavanaugh, saying stuff on the H3 podcast, revealing things about the guy that he probably wishes didn't get revealed, even though they're public knowledge. So Kavanaugh's a mess. He's obviously strapped for cash. He's had multiple DUIs, so many DUIs that he doesn't drive himself anymore. He has a driver take him everywhere. Imagine being that much of an alcoholic mess that you can't even drive your own car anymore because you're a danger to society behind the wheel. So, he tweeted last week saying he was on this podcast called Drinking Bros, and I saw the perfect opportunity to get him. So I replied, Drinking Bros is the perfect podcast for the guy who has so many DUIs he needs a driver to take him everywhere. And more people liked my reply than liked his actual tweet, which is what we on the internet call a ratio. Next thing I know, I go to check on the replies and he's tried to hide my reply and blocked me. This fucker couldn't handle the smoke. Funny thing is, even though he's hidden the reply, more people are still liking it than are liking his post as we speak. Fuck that guy. But days after that happened, he sued Ethan again, now a third time, for defamation. I can't help but think this is partially my fault. And I want to apologize to you, Ethan, if you ever hear this one day. Apologizing for contributing to this situation by, bullying him. I don't know if you can get sued for bullying, but he's doing it. I hope the case gets thrown out because everything Ethan brought up, like the DUIs, is available for the public to find on their own. Ethan just brought attention to it. Kavanaugh is an insecure mess. This shit is insane. So that's what's going on in the podcast beef space these days. Speaking of beefs, time to do something we haven't done in a while, something that we need to go back to. We're going to roast Ted Cruz again. Yeah, you heard me. We're going to roast Ted Cruz again. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. So, what we got here, this was very recently, we've got Ted Cruz thinking he's safe, posting this from Fox News, complaining about Dr. Fauci because all Ted does is start drama with people he doesn't agree with instead of improving the country. So here that is.
Now, tonight for mask mandates, Joe Biden's disjointed COVID-19 policy has been an utter train wreck. One reason for the Adam Schiff show, as I call it, Joe Biden does whatever Dr. Anthony Fauci tells him to do. Sadly, Fauci, we now know, is dishonest, corrupt, self-interested, a government doctor, God complex, cares more about his own personal fame and celebrity.
No, he doesn't, though. Like, what is he doing that makes you think that? What, because he's going on TV? Because he goes on TV to talk to the public about, like, make sure you wear your mask and get fucking vaccinated and all that stuff. It's not like the commercial that you just heard at the beginning of this podcast where I was making fun of that idea of, like, an influencer Dr. Fauci. where he's like, "Oh, make sure you buy my merch and all that." Like, he's not doing that. He's not actually doing that. So for Sean Hannity to accuse him of trying to be a celebrity when he's featuring Ted Cruz on Fox News for like a 5,000th time. Ted just goes on this show as much as he can. Any spotlight that Ted can get, he's trying to be a celebrity. But he's the most hated Republican like ever. So fucking, I don't know, man. So it just seems like a lot of bollocks to me.
Status in Democratic circles than he does in protecting the country.
Oh,
in order to
God.
get airtime on TV, he frequently just makes things up. He guesses. He jumps to conclusions. He has been wrong on almost every single major issue in this pandemic from day one. He flat out lied about the origins of COVID-19. We have the evidence and proof. His involvement in gain of function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
Did he say woohoo? The woohoo. Yeah, hell yeah, the woohoo, Sean Hannity. I love that place. That sounds like a place in Soho or something. Yo, we going down to the woohoo later? Yo, yeah, you heading down to the woohoo? I heard Cage the Elephant is playing down there or something, dude. Let me fix this volume.
He is now well chronicled, but according to the great Dr. Fauci, he can do no wrong because he is the very embodiment of truth and science. Take a look.
Anybody who's looking at this carefully realizes that there's a distinct anti-science flavor to this. So if they get up and criticize science, nobody's going to know what they're talking about. But if they get up and really aim their bullets at Tony Fauci, well, people could recognize there's a person there, so it's easy to criticize. But they're really criticizing.
Hey, Big Tony Fauci. Yeah, it's me. Follow me at Big Dick Tony.
Criticizing science, because I represent science. That's dangerous.
Oh, okay. Mr. Science. Texas Senator Ted Cruz, rightly, along with...
Oh, here's his tweet. In May, Dr. Fauci said the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research, but early this month the NIH contradicted that. It's a crime to knowingly lie to Congress, so I asked A.G. Garland if he'd appoint a special prosecutor to investigate Fauci, hopefully get Dr. Fauci to get me a donor for a new pair of testicles. I know he's been putting it off. I put in requests multiple times.
Rand Paul calling on Fauci to be investigated over his ties to the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Senator Cruz joins us now with more. Senator,
look at him.
You laid out.
Look at him. He's like giggling. He looks so happy to be there. What is that? His Vegas shirt? His Vegas blazer? What is that, dude? Looking like a, I don't know. Looking like a businessman that just fucking like a bad. I can't see. This is what I was hoping I'd bring my A game today. Let me warm up here. I need to think of something. He looks like my dad but melted. I don't know how to explain it, but like, cause my dad is like the typical conservative looking dude, and like, so Ted looks like him but melted. Like, yeah, like Ted Cruz has this fucking melted look. I can't. It's like, I guess that's the blobfish thing that everybody's talking about all the time. That he looks like a blobfish. But yeah, that's what I think.
Proof positive that he's lying. He knew about gain of function. He knew that the NIH contributed money to it, and he lied. Tell us the chronology.
Well, I got to say, Dr. Fauci, I think, is the most dangerous bureaucrat in the history of the country.
All he's doing is telling people, put on a mask and get vaccinated so we can get out of this pandemic. And nobody listens to him. Not nobody, but people don't listen to him. People like Ted don't fucking listen to science. It's not about, he thinks he's so righteous. No, he's just right. He's correct on what he's saying. He has the facts. He has the science. Oh, he's a liar. He's not fucking lying, dude. He's not lied once about the virus. I don't know. Wait, let me see what he's talking about here though with the NIH. All right, this is from the Washington Post fact checker. The repeated claim that Fauci lied to Congress about gain of function. There's a beautiful picture of Ted Cruz. Oh, damn, bro, that hairline is getting beat. I hope that doesn't happen to me, but it probably will. Let's see. So Ted Cruz complaining. Both Cruz and Kavanaugh cited the NIH letter to assert that Fauci lied to Congress. Cruz even told Attorney General Garland that Fauci should be prosecuted. The issue is important because of the speculation that the virus that caused the COVID pandemic might have been created in a lab, but the NIH letter does not say what they claim, and in fact, the NIH letter appears to have inaccuracies. So let's get the facts. This is what the Washington Post says. Democracy dies in the darkness. But this is a complex story on many levels. Oh, so I have to read all this? So gain of function, biological research, done with like flies, worms, mice, cells, and petri dishes. Okay, we don't need that explanation. I just want the facts here. Okay, so the Republicans were claiming that the NIH admitted that it had funded gain of function research, and they actually never did. And this is from fact checkers. And actually in 2014, gain of function research was paused for 3 years. And then the U.S. government set up a case-by-case review. And let me see what else we got. Funding potential pandemic pathogens would receive greater scrutiny, blah, blah, blah. So the NIH letter is false. Can they simplify this for stupid people like me? Or is that not possible? Come on, somebody make this fucking English, motherfucker, English. Alright, so the issue here is that conservatives still continue to propagate the lie or the belief that COVID-19 was made in a lab and was purposely released as a bioweapon. That's their belief. They don't ever come right out and say it unless they're the crazy ones that have the cojones to come right out and say what they think. Like what, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, those types of weirdos. There's conflicting things because Vanity Fair says on Wednesday the NIH sent a letter to members of House Committee on Energy and Commerce that acknowledged two facts. That one was that EcoHealth Alliance, a New York City-based nonprofit, did indeed enhance a bat coronavirus to become potentially more infectious to humans, which the NIH letter described as an unexpected result of the research it funded that was carried out in partnership with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The second was that EcoHealth Alliance violated the terms of its grant conditions, stipulating that it had to report if its research increased the viral growth of a pathogen by tenfold. So they're blaming it on EcoHealth Alliance. I think that's what they're saying. This nonprofit was, they weren't reporting back to they weren't reporting back about the virus that was developing. I don't know though. I'm afraid to talk about this stuff. This is Vanity Fair. You can go look this up. This is from October, though, so I want to find more updated data or information. Okay, so here is... So the National Institute of Health claims that Dr. Fauci was entirely truthful in his statements to Congress, and he didn't have the progress report that detailed the research that they were doing, that the EcoHealth Alliance was, funding or doing, I guess, at the time that he testified. So he was not yet informed on that. So he wasn't lying. It's not like there's this huge conspiracy here that like they told him, hey, like we figured out this, we made this coronavirus, and Dr. Fauci's like, yes, release it everywhere, and we'll blame China. Like what? No, they're acting like Dr. Fauci is a Bond villain or something, and it's ridiculous.
He talked a moment ago, you just played, about hurting science. I don't think anyone has hurt science, has hurt the credibility of the CDC, has hurt the credibility of doctors more than Dr. Fauci, because throughout this pandemic, he's been dishonest, he's been political, he's been partisan, and the American people know it. Why is it that the Biden administration decreed that masks have to be worn in schools by kids? Well, because teachers union bosses wanted it. And that's not a scientific reason. That is a data reason. And this weekend...
Teachers unions bosses wanted that to keep teachers safe because teachers were demanding that. And it's a pretty fair thing to ask for or to demand because we're still in a pandemic. You can still catch this virus. If everybody's vaccinated, okay, cool, but like, then again, there's breakthrough cases, but then you have people like Ted that'll say, oh, so then why do we need this vaccine at all if there's breakthrough cases? Like, well, because without the vaccine, then more people will die, more people will use up hospital beds, and we'll be right back to where we started. So to prevent that, to ease the strain on the hospitals and on society and on our economy, the best thing to do is to wear masks in places where people are close together in an enclosed room like a classroom. That makes sense. People are coming into direct contact with one another during a pandemic, and it's simple as that. It's simple as that. Teachers should be allowed to, or the teachers union demanding that is not a big deal. It's really not. It's like what needs to be done in order to keep educators safe and to keep the kids safe. But I don't like kids. But to to keep the teachers safe because they're not being paid to risk their lives. Like they're being paid to teach numbers and shit.
And he did this long interview where he gave the answer. He said, I represent science. I am science. I got to admit, Sean, I was laughing. It's like Louis XIV, the Sun King in France, saying, L'État c'est moi, I am the state. It is this delusion of grandeur that you cannot criticize him. And it was very striking.
No, he said, I represent science. And Ted's taking it like way too literally. I represent science doesn't mean I am science. It means there are two sides to this pandemic right now. There are the people that believe in science, and there are the people that don't. Dr. Fauci is on the side of the people that believe in science. He has become a major figure of this pandemic because of his job. It was bound to happen. That it's like simple as that. So when he says I represent science, he's saying right now he's the spokesperson for like what should be done during this pandemic. He's not saying, I am science. Like, no, dude, that's Bill Nye. We all know that. We all know Bill Nye, the science guy. He's the science guy. What the fuck are you saying, man? Dr. Fauci isn't science. He never said, I am science. You weird, coming in with the fucking French. I don't even know what that was. That's my French.
In the course of that interview, he was asked about, I asked the Attorney General Merrick Garland if he's going to investigate and prosecute Dr. Fauci for lying to Congress. And Margaret Brennan asked him about that. And what if
I was like, I need to speak to your manager. I need to speak to your manager about this doctor that I don't agree with. Because he makes me wear a cloth on my face, and that makes me uncomfortable because I want people to see my beard that I'm so proud of growing. That makes me look like a divorced dad, which I will probably be in the near future.
Fauci do? He didn't discuss any of the substance. Instead, he just attacked and engaged in ad hominem attacks. He basically did the Beavis and Butthead defense. He just screamed liars at everything. But, facts are stubborn things.
What? Liars? Did Beavis and Butthead say liars? I think they said fire, fire. I could be wrong on that. When did Beavis and Butthead say liars, liars? Like, what? I just don't... I don't think that Ted Cruz has ever watched Beavis and Butthead. Oh, I'm cool. I'm hip with the kids. You guys like that Beavis and Butthead show? And they're like, no, Ted, we weren't fucking born when that was around. I was born in 2003, you fuck. I wasn't. I was born in 96. I'm an old fart.
Sean, and so here are the simple facts that Fauci needs to explain and that the Department of Justice should investigate. So on May 11th, Fauci testified before a Senate committee that, quote, the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute of Virology. That's a clear, categorical statement. But then on October 20th, the NIH wrote that they funded an experiment at the Wuhan lab testing, quote, if spike proteins from naturally occurring bat coronaviruses circulating in China were capable of binding to the human ACE2 receptor in a mouse model.
Things that I do not understand because I do not believe in biology. I think that God just does work and that science is witchcraft. So these scientists in the Wuhan lab, they're cooking up a bad, a mean witch's spell on these bats, and they're fucking the bats, and that's how we're here. That's why we're here. And Dr. Fauci, he was behind all of it. He was the one putting his penis inside those bats. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
That is gain-of-function research. That is...
Yeah, but he didn't know. Like, he's not saying... Again, he didn't say, I am science. So he's not like this evil mastermind that's like, yeah, fund the gain-of-function research, and I'll act like I don't know. No, he didn't fucking know. Like, that's not his job to know that that's going on, dude. He's not the CEO of science. You dumb fuck. Oh my God.
Taking an existing virus and modifying it to make it more dangerous to humans. And listen, at the end of the day, 18 U.S.C. Section 1001 makes it a felony, punishable by up to 5 years in prison for lying to Congress. The statements from Dr. Fauci and the NIH are directly contradictory. And I got to say...
It's not lying if you didn't know. You're just making an accusation, dude.
I think Margaret Brennan is a talented journalist, but she dropped the ball in not following up, letting him just respond with insults instead of asking him the simple question. You stated that we don't fund gain-of-function research. The NIH stated we do fund gain-of-function research. They can't both be true. And if you lied to Congress, it's a felony. She didn't press him on that. And the reason this matters...
You can, like, not know something and then say something that you thought was true. And then find out later, like, oh shit, they did do that thing? Okay. So I disagree, Ted. I disagree with you, Ted. I don't agree with anybody who, I don't know, dude. I'm out of steam here.
Is
didn't
there
have
is
enough
a lot of
coffee.
circumstantial evidence to suggest that the U.S. government participated in funding research modifying coronaviruses that could well have led to COVID-19. And if that's true, that is stunning and indefensible. We know the Chinese government has enormous culpability, but there's a real possibility the American government under Dr. Fauci does as well. And that's what he doesn't want to address.
What is
I
with
think
this
you're right.
nonsense?
His testimony.
What is with these conspiracy theories? Like, just focus on doing things for American society that would better communities and enrich life for people here. Why don't you focus on that instead of playing blame games and conspiracy theories? I don't understand that. And it's not just Ted. It's not just the Republicans. It's the Democrats. Everybody going back and forth, pointing fingers, getting nothing done. And it's pissing me off. And Ted, he comes on Fox News and just complains like this. Bitches. Endlessly. Instead of making a difference in any way. Complaining about something that Dr. Fauci isn't even in charge of, dude. Isn't even in charge of that shit. How is he supposed to know where all the funding goes? How's he supposed to know about every single experiment? I think you don't, I don't know Dr. Fauci's job, like what he does regularly, like what his role specifically, or roles specifically are. But I do know that Ted doesn't know either what his responsibilities are. And I highly doubt that his responsibilities are to look over every single little thing going on in science like he's fucking Dr. Santa Claus or something.
I think it was May 11th, and the letter from the NIH on October 20th are directly contradictory. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews.
Oh my God, I clicked there. Oh, I unsubscribed. Awesome. Oh, sweet. Why was I subbed to Fox News? They got me to sub. Damn. All right. Well, that was good. That was a good little thing we did there, roasting our favorite person of all time, Ted Cruz. Let me see. I'm finding the Karens. Okay, here's the Karens. Awesome. I was gonna watch this on my own, but I decided to save it for the podcast, and I'm glad I did. So here we go. Keeping Up with the Karens begins now.
Fucking Jews! I will kill you! Stop with the fucking What the fuck, you? Why are everybody here Jewish?
Oh my God, he's screaming, "Why is everybody here Jewish?" I think, like, did Hanukkah start? I think Hanukkah started. This was recent.
Yep, I got him.
It's an airport, dude. People are going to see their families for the holidays.
Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Who the fuck is triggered by people being Jewish in 2021? I don't, like, what? Okay, why my 6-year-old nephew sent me this. That's
Fuck
what the
you,
caption
bitch.
is.
How about that? Fuck you, you dumbass bitch.
It's a cell phone store. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Why do so many, like, violent, aggressive things happen in a cell phone store? Like, listen, I know it's not the best experience. I've definitely I've been to the cell phone stores before. I've had to, alter my bills. It's a pain in the ass. I know it is, but you can't just do this. You can't just do this. And I don't know. People don't have filters, or they don't have like that thing in their brain that says, "Hey, maybe don't act like this. Maybe just
Watch your profanity.
Yeah, watch your profanity.
You an ugly ass hoe. Ugly. So record this. You ugly ass bitch. And if I find out that y'all tapping my phone in any kind of way, I swear, you just
tapping my phone. Is this AT&T? Because they do tap people's phones, or they have the ability. I think they share your info with the government if they ask.
This whole company, don't put your hands on me. This whole company will be sued. You hear me? Any kind of way. And that doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want to say. That doesn't bother me. I'm in school, honey. Are you going to get an education? Are you going to get an education?
What? I'm in school, honey. Are you going to get an education? That's what? Damn, she's like, that dress is way too tight for her. It's like, dude, your rolls of fat are just like, you look, they're like that weird yellow green tight dress or tight skirt with just rolls and rolls of fat. You look like like a weird praying, not a praying mantis, like those green worms? Those like earthworms or inchworms. She looks like an inchworm, but like one that like is about to transform because it ate so much.
Are you gonna get an education?
I'm not fat shaming. I'm just shaming this person for being shitty, and yes, I'm shaming their appearance. I'm sorry. But look it up. Tell me she doesn't look like an inchworm with a wig.
Are you going to go to St. John's University? Are you going to get a college education?
Oh, you're telling people where you go to school. Holy shit. Why would you tell people where you go to school? Are you going to go to St. John's University at 1225 something lane? Like, my name is this and my student ID number is like...
No, you don't have no college education. Get a college education, you deadhead. You deadhead. That's why you don't want to help, because you're a deadhead. You have no brains. I don't want to help because you have no brains, you deadhead. Yes, you're a deadhead. You're a deadhead.
What's a deadhead? Like, you mean like someone that listens to Grateful Dead? I know she doesn't mean that, but that's what that usually means. She's saying like he's dumb, but you're a deadhead. No, nobody says that. You're just so mad that you're just making shit up. Just putting words together.
Your brain is dead. And guess what? You're dead. Somebody like you will never have a college education. Take her as a prime example. You deadhead. I don't need your help. I will go where I can get help. Have a blessed day. Deadhead. No college degree. That's why you work here. No college degree.
She was like just about to walk out the door and she came back in.
You have no college degree. You're dead. No college degree. I dare you. I'm outside. I'm outside. You have no college degree. That's why you work here. That's why you work here.
Just leave, lady.
No degree. No degree.
This is New York City? Damn, I wish I was in this store. I would've been fucking being so mean.
Comedy Karen and her son pull up to the open mic in Harlem.
Oh no, open mic in Harlem. And this white lady and her kid.
Here as the only white woman. Oh, okay? The only white woman. Oh, I'm white. I'm Jew.
Why would she do this? Like, why would you come in here and do this? Like, you are part of the problem that's going on in Harlem right now, you know? Like, you're part of the problem. The gentrification, the whiteification of very culturally rich places in New York City is a huge issue. So you're coming in here, they already don't like you, and then you're just picking a fight with the entire comedy club. Like, dude, just go away. Move somewhere else. Like, stop gentrifying. Stop trying to make people that are a different color from you uncomfortable because you're white and you need to assert your dominance in some way when people are just trying to have a good time at the comedy club. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
That's that Karen shit. That's that bullshit Karen shit. How you come to the open mic to pull a Karen? She really came to the open mic to pull a Karen.
Did her son really just say that to us?
That's how you're raising your son?
Did the kid say the N-word?
That's how you're raising your son?
No, you're not getting on the stage.
You gotta get out.
No, you're not getting on the stage.
That's how you're raising your son?
No.
That's how you're raising your son?
You gotta go.
This is my son. And my son has never been disrespectful. I wasn't to anybody. Your son, nobody gets fucked. That's my son. You don't do it. You gotta leave.
They should just leave, like, while they're just, you know, how do you think this is okay to do? In the age of technology, where everybody has a camera that's connected to the internet and they can send that out, why would you do this? Why would you do this? And she's like, and like they were saying, her kid is being all racist to this whole room. The kid is like 12 years old or something. Like maybe at most like 12 years old. And he's already this racist. I wonder where he's getting it from. Like, what are you doing in Harlem? What are you doing in Harlem? Get out. You're part of the problem. White people just coming in and taking over shit.
What the fuck is that?
What is that? What is that? No.
That's my arm. I'm gonna wash that for you. That's my arm. Watch your damn man. You have to go. You have to go. You got to go. You have to go. You got to go. Come here at 5:30. You gotta go. Come here at 5:30. Come here at 5:30.
Oh, Jesus.
And she's a whole asshole. Goodbye, asshole. You and your son. And now she's gonna try to sue because they fell. Goodbye. Nobody touched you. Take it.
What a freak. Was this an airport or a train station? I think it's an airport.
Get her away from me. Get her away from me. Get her away from me. No, you just said it.
Jerry.
That's too much already. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Why is she filming her? What is she doing? What is she? The cashier did?
Nope.
Oh.
Make her say it again. Say it again. Ma'am. Say it again. Say it. Make her. You heard her. You heard her. Make her say it. Make her fucking say it. You know, if that was me, security would be on my ass. Let's be peaceful about this. No, make her say. You heard it. Let's get a reason.
What?
Did you guys hear it?
I heard it.
Did you guys hear it? Shut up.
All we hear is you.
That was funny. No, all we hear is you. All we hear is you.
I heard it.
Say it again. Now, say it again. Say it again.
Oh, it's security.
She's crazy. Oh my god.
No, let's say it again. Let's have the customer say it again. Move.
Is she drunk? Like, this is belligerent. This lady's belligerent.
Say it again.
DJ Khaled.
Nope. Say it again.
Get him, man, get him.
Say it again. Did anyone else hear her touch me? Tell her to fucking say it again.
Say what?
She's drunk.
That's what happens when someone has too many drinks before the flight. No, you gotta get drunk on the plane, dude. On the plane. I haven't been on a plane as a 21 and over person before. I'm poor. I don't fly anywhere. So, because like flying costs like a month's rent, going on a trip like that, I'd rather just do drugs. Like do psychedelics, some mushrooms every now and then. That's a good little vacation. Anyways, like what I would do at the airport is I would first off, I'm taking edibles. That's probably what I'm doing. And I would make sure that I'm going to a legal state so that I can get weed once I get off, because I'm not bringing weed on the plane. That's just it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You could get in a lot of trouble for that. So, get on the plane. It takes off. They come around with a cart, order like two little nips. Because is it all like the little bottles? Or how many do they let you order? Because that could be a problem. That actually could be a problem. I could be that lady. Oh, say it again. Say it again. Say it again. I tell her to say it again. This one up next is a Burlington coat factory, which I don't think I've ever been to a Burlington coat factory, but like I used to see the commercials all the time. And it looks like a nice, like, regular store. I guess they sell coats. But it looks like they got truffles there, too. Okay. Is it like a TJ Maxx or like a Macy's or something? Like, that type of deal? I don't know. Why are you threatening a cashier? Like, it's not that serious. Oh my god. Like, if somebody tried to fight me at my Macy's job when I was there, like, and someone did. And I was gonna say I didn't handle it well, but I handled it well. The first time I handled it well, the same dude came around, like a couple weeks later, and I fucking flipped at him. He was waiting for me outside. That was bad. But fuck that guy. Anyways, like, don't threaten cashiers. They're not getting paid enough for you to, like, threaten their safety. That's so stupid. Why would you do that? Oh my god, her boyfriend is just like face palming so hard. He's like, "Come on, can we just go?" At the beginning, he like tried to grab her and be like, "Come on, let's like stop." And she's not. He looks so embarrassed. People just, in general, Americans, I'm gonna say, because I don't see this really anywhere else other than like the U.S. and England are where a lot of these videos are coming from. But it seems like there's this just, like I said, a lack of filter, a lack of judgment, thinking that this type of behavior is appropriate in a public setting to mistreat employees like this. Listen, I've yelled at my bank before, but I don't try to physically fight or threaten or anything like that. Like that's just, it's not cool. Alright, Karen of the week.
Your shit. Look at this piece of shit. Bitch, I'm Black American, you piece of shit. Chinese guy you killed. Hey, in everybody's country. Hey, in everybody's country.
Oh, this is the, so this is the type of shit that I hate coming to New York City about. Yeah, this happened to me the other week. As an Asian person, I was in the bathroom at Penn Station, and this dude started like screaming at me for being Asian, and it was shitty because like I was just trying to go to the bathroom. He was like following me, and you know, like part of me wanted to just hurt him, but I wasn't gonna go to jail for that. I just wasn't. And it just, like, optically, it wouldn't have looked good. But, yeah, this racism against Asians is something that I'm actually doing my senior project on at college, because it does make me afraid to go into these metropolitan areas where there's such a population density where these types of instances are more likely to happen. Obviously, it's happening. We see it right now, happening in this video.
You fucking monkey. Monkey ass piece of shit. Fucking monkey. You fucking monkey. Piece of shit. Fucking Black American hates you, you ugly monkey. Get the fuck out my country. You got your own country. Fucking monkey. You fucking monkey.
Look, but we're trying to leave, but he won't leave us.
You fucking ugly ass monkey. I'm Black American, I'm higher than you, you ugly monkey. Michael Jordan, Kim Kardashian fucking my race. Kanye West, you fucking monkey. You a monkey, you piece of shit. Black American hates you, you ugly motherfucker. Piece of shit. Fuck out my country. You fucking monkey. You dirty ass monkey. And I'm gonna put you on YouTube, you ugly ass.
He's gonna put her on YouTube? Dude, you absolute monster. You absolute monster. Is that, though, like a general consensus? Because I need to know that for my project. Does Black America hate Asian people? Okay, my black listeners here. If I have any black listeners, because it doesn't tell me in the analytics the race of anybody, which would be cool to know. But if I do have any black listeners, I would love to know. Like, does Black America hate Asians? And I'm not saying this facetiously. I'm saying this because that dude just said it. Black America hates you. And I'm curious as to, is that like the general consensus, or is this a mentally ill person speaking for an entire race of people in a monolithic way that doesn't actually have any accuracies? That's what I'm leaning towards. But I would like to know, because like even before COVID, like, just, you Chinese looking motherfucker, you yellow piece of shit, you know, like yellow boy in Harlem, like they hated me, harassed me all the time. So I don't know, like, is there something? I'm wondering. So if someone could reach out and either confirm or deny, I would really like to know. Yeah. You know what? Let's look it up here. Let's look it up. Statistically, All right, here we go. So, while news reports and social media, this was written by an Asian person, so I can trust it. While news reports and social media have perpetuated the idea that anti-Asian violence is committed mostly by people of color, a new analysis shows the majority of attackers are white. See, so that makes sense. That makes sense because when I was growing up in my, white town, very white, stuck-up town of Ridgefield, Connecticut, and I just tweeted something about this recently. Like, I would play airsoft with people, and they would, like, try to reenact, like, the torture scenes from Platoon or other Vietnam movies on me because I'm Asian. So they're literally, like, doing hate crimes just in airsoft, war crimes or whatever. There people have threatened to murder me and my family if North Korea ever tries anything in the U.S., and I say I'm South Korean, they say I don't care, it doesn't matter, you're all the same, and that type of shit. And those are white people. Those are white people. But, so this is NBC saying that it's mostly white people that are committing these attacks, which I wanted to see the statistics on that. But I'm also still wondering, why did that dude say Black America hates Asians? That's like a huge generalization. But like, is it based in anything? Like, did Asians do some fucked up shit historically? That's the thing I'd want to know. That's the thing I'd want to know. Because if we fucked up somehow, then like, okay, then I kind of get it. Then you can like, then this happens, COVID, and it's like, oh, that was my chance. These motherfuckers fucked me over. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. And that's that. Yeah, so anyways, let's do a relationship advice. Because yeah, we should do that. We should help somebody with their problems. Alright, so here's the one I chose. I, male 20, went exclusive with female 21. She made out with another guy and is adamant she did nothing wrong. I've been dating this girl for 3 months, and after about a month, I told her I wanted to be exclusive. We both agreed due to circumstances we would leave out labels, but we agreed to be exclusive, and we deleted both of our dating apps. We put an official label on things about a month later, and after she tells me that during the time we were exclusive, she made out with some other guy. Her reasoning was exclusive just meant no dating other people, like on an emotional level, but it was just something she did while drunk and said it meant nothing. I called bullshit and I said I was going to break up with her, but she's adamant she did nothing wrong. I broke up anyways. But do you really have to be so detailed when it comes to exclusivity? Last I checked, it was obvious you weren't supposed to make out with other dudes. Top comment, she's full of shit and playing word games. Be thankful you found out early what she was about. Yeah, so it is a good thing that you're only 3 months in. Still, like, you're still emotionally invested heavily in this person, excited to be with them, all that kind of stuff. So it sucks. It really sucks. And no, when you decide, oh, we're going to be exclusive means no making out with other people. It means no making out with other people, no, like, starting a relationship with other people. That's what exclusivity means. She's playing word games. She's a fucking sociopath, most likely. I hate to throw that word around, but that's some sociopath shit to pull, dude. So, I guess you don't really need advice here. Oh, you do? Okay, so, do you really have to be so detailed? I mean, next time you're going into this, you should tell the person that you're seeing this story and how you're slightly traumatized or pretty damn traumatized from this instance where this girl like fucking played mind games and word games with you. And you need to know that exclusivity means what you think it means. And you guys have that common respect for one another's understandings of that. Yeah. So anyways, I gotta head out. I gotta eat some food and, I don't know, maybe shower, freshen up a little. But thank you for listening. And, you know, I will be back. Sorry, I spaced out there. I'll be back on Monday. I will. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. This has been the Short News Podcast. My name is Alex Mador. You can follow me at Alex_MADORE on Twitter. That's where I'm most active. I'll see you on Monday. I love you very much. And peace.
It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location. Yes, you want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location. And it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pre-game parties featuring acoustic sets from Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocation.exp.com/SP56 or search Super Bowl On Location. That's right. Search Super Bowl On Location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.